Hello YouTube, this is We All Juggle Knives with an updated video on my James Williams knife collection. Right there you see the fixed blades in the sheaths and the folders in the closed position. Now I'm doing an update because I got several new blades to add to the collection. Maybe every few years I'll do an update video. But the newest blade I got was the CRKT Yukanto. All right, that's a fixed blade. The Shizuka no Ken, which is the smaller frame lock folder. Right, and I got that Hanway Raptor as well. Right, and these are all made by CRKT except for that Raptor, but they're all designed by James Williams. Right, and James Williams himself is a martial arts instructor, and he was also in the military and also works with people in the military. All right, and according to his videos from CRKT, these are inspired by traditional Japanese designs and the samurai's martial arts. Yeah, so this video, it's mainly going to be eye candy for the discerning blade enthusiast. And I also wanted to do this outside for the natural lighting, and because the satin finish on some of those blades, if you do it inside, they just kind of reflect everything in the room, right? So easier to see. Right, and there are the folding knives in the collection. Now these are basically piercing, thrusting, stabbing, penetrating designs, right? And the longer blades, like the fixed blades, are for both thrusting and slicing. Now the longest fixed blade, okay, the Hisho, that, according to the designer, that is also designed so that it can cut and slice completely through the forearm of an enemy combatant. Okay, and these are designed specifically, well, according to the designer, they're made for any military personnel that have direct contact with the enemy. But if you're not a commando or anything, you can still buy them. Nobody's going to tell on you. No, but seriously, he designed them from his military experience and with feedback from people he trains and hears from. There you see the two frame lock folders, and you see the Yukanto, and you can see that the fixed blade is kind of like a fixed blade version of those folders, or vice versa, right? The folders just have a little longer of a handle because they have to accommodate the blade folding into them. All right, and here is the two Heihos, the plain edge and the VEF serration model, right? And there they are with the Hisatsus. Yes, I have two Hisatsu folders, one for each side, right? If you stab at someone in the lower torso, their reflex is to grab your forearm with both of their hands. So then if you have a hard to see knife in your other hand and they're already tangled up, they are open. Yes, my little strategy. Okay, here you see the three closely related fixed blades. You see they all have the same handle. They're basically the same blade in different sizes. And the knife that started it all, the Hisatsu. Right, that's probably the most reviewed of all these. All right, I've done a separate video on this Hanway Raptor. I think I sliced a water jug or something, so I'll just include the link to that Hanway Raptor video. And here is the Yukanto again. Now this whole line is made with James Williams' philosophy. He doesn't believe in putting anything on the pommel, like any sort of pointy glass breaker or anything. He believes that you should be able to support the pommel with your offhand or to cap it with your thumb if necessary. He also believes in neutral handles, meaning the handle is basically symmetrical, on both the long and short axes, right? So that allows for easy manipulation of the knife and many different grips. He also doesn't believe in any excessive straps or pockets on the sheaths because those just get tangled. And he doesn't believe in putting a guard on these because that could also get hung up or tangled. Basically, these have to be deployable very, very quickly. Right? And I'm not here to defend those design choices. I mean, the defense of those choices is you go have a sword fight with James Williams and see if you're alive at the end. You know, I'm not, I mean, I can use most weapons. You know, if something has no guard, you simply have to use common sense. You know, pick your targets. I mean, the whole lower torso, you know, the liver, the spleen, the guts, the stomach, right? That's a very soft target, right? Now, if you're trying to stab this through a piece of concrete, well, you know, then you're going to have to use common sense. I'll just leave it at that. You know, there are many different types of thrust. There's everything from a lightning quick jab-like thrust to a committed thrust where you're like trying to bury it in something like it's freaking Excalibur, right? Burying it in the stone, right? So you got to determine what technique is appropriate for what target. You know, don't blame the tool. All right, but I hope you enjoyed seeing this video full of eye candy for all blade and steel lovers and addicts. Right, if you're thinking of picking up one of these, yeah, I would highly recommend them. I mean, once you get one, you're on the road to getting them all. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.